Black Series Edition LLC, Crystal Age Technology Screens, and our cardboard PC Kingdom, which you're seeing one of the PCs behind you, in front of you, actually right there, that we're working on right now. All right, so this message goes out to Derrick Franklin Williams. Okay, so we know for a fact that you have been contacting my family members, and we know for a fact that you have been harassing my company. We have umpteen of multiple emails that were sent to you from the unit, the building that you're in right now. We also have on your Facebook page multiple pictures of calling our company scams, ripping people off, false accusations against my company. We also have basically you impersonating a minister and collecting donations from Cash App and PayPal, asking for donations. We do know that you're on public assistance and you are definitely in public housing, which you mentioned several times on your Facebook page, which for some reason now is gone. You removed the Facebook page. So, as I explained to you before, we reached out to your building. It wasn't hard to find you. You left your address directly on the letter. I guess he's that bold. He left it right on the letter. So, he tried to use somebody's name by the name of Mississippi Man. Mississippi Man is a fellow over in, I guess, Mississippi. I was able to contact him and send him all the information, let him know they'd be using his AVS Forms handle to commit crimes. So he is aware of what's going on and what these individuals were doing. Mr. McAfee and also to Derrick Williams. That's Derrick Williams' full name. We're able to piece it together because he was breaking it up in pieces and trying to switch it around so no one can figure it out, but we have the full name. Monday morning, I will be in contact again with the building management of your building. So will my sister will be contacted. I told you my sister works for the city. You have contacted her building. She looked you up. She found exactly where you're at. She's going to reach out. I gave the information to building management, who I'm having a conversation with. Mr. Williams, I tried to explain to you about the situation that this is extremely serious. Once we do lay hands on you, we are going to file criminal charges. I already have criminal charges already filed against you, which I'll be transferring over your docket number. But she's going to file criminal charges. I have to file another additional set of criminal charges on Monday morning about the letters that you were sending to her home. Again, you cannot do this. It's considered to be cyber harassment and cyberbullying. This has now gotten you into even more trouble because now Monday morning, I told you that I basically have taken some time to work on some things I'm doing over here. And I like to give people a little bit of a chance to recover and try to basically go in a different direction. But you chose not to do so. So that means that we're going to push forward and now contact security. We advise to contact security and to contact legal on this problem. Let me explain something. This is why I don't show you everything. And again, I warned you on this. This is the information that we sent over to the building. I talked directly, and interesting about it, your building management has my last name. Yeah, interesting, like I said. Very nice person, got a chance to talk to her, explain to her the whole situation, sent out pictures, all the evidence needed. Now, we have a file already set up and ready to go to set out for the security unit in the building and also for legal. And it's interesting how I waited a little bit, and I'm glad I did because you sent information out to my sister. Now, my sister's contacting and she threatened to sue. So now you got two people that are filing complaints against you back to back for you're aware in this building. We do know you are in the towers. We know that for a fact. They even mentioned you're in the towers. You're not on the other, you're definitely in the towers. So you're looking at only an eviction notice. You're also losing your benefits because she's also filing another complaint against your SSI and your food stamps, whatever you get at the end of the day, showing that you are committing criminal activity. Mind you, she works for the city. And just because you think at the end of the day that because she works here in Pennsylvania, they're connected, she can contact branches over there and get it taken care of. That's literally who you contacted. So when we figure out where you're at, and we will, in a matter of time, we're getting your information about your building, your address, everything. From there, I'm going to be filing an initial lawsuit against you. She's filing a lawsuit against you for contacting her. It's called cyber harassment. That's what the charges are being filed against you. They carry up to about 1 year to roughly 10 years. And you're looking about going there with no problem whatsoever. So let me show you exactly. When I show you stuff, I tell you, we talk to people in your building. We have contacted people in the building. You don't learn anything. See, that's what I said. People like this, the opportunity to be in an establishment like that is, for him, is extremely rare. Because like I said, they usually do not take in men. They take in women. That's what they take in. This is who we reached out to. This is who we sent the report to. So I did contact you. You are in the building. We know you're in the towers. Your location popped up. They pinged your IP address. So the emails that we were getting were pinged back to your address, and it came up under a Comcast server. In that building, they use Comcast. And it came back to your computer. So now you have somewhere in the email accounts over 1,000 pings that were hitting the account of you constantly harassing us. We have you contacting us through my phone service where you cursed and carried on and acted. That's your voice right there, right? That'll be played in front of a judge. We have you contacting my sister and sending out letters to them. We have letters sitting here that have your fingerprints all over them. That'll be given to the judge. So you're roughly looking at maybe about good 20, 30 years in jail. And when we get done contacting them on Monday morning, she looked you up too, by the way. She went in and saw your address on the side of the, he left his address there again. Went there and got his address, looked it up, got the phone number, and I sent her the information, who to contact building manager, who to talk to the person who's on the case on this. We are also going to be contacting the legal on Monday, and we're going to be contacting security. So security is going to escort him out of the building. You can't be there. And if they don't escort you, they're going to file a class action lawsuit. So you're going to be removed. So what happens is that particular building, those public housing buildings, you can't go, you're in there like a kind of a probation period. That's what's kind of like a probation period. You're in there. You can't go on and carry on and do the things you would do in a normal household. Even if you did a normal household, you still run the risk of losing your house. But in there, they got strict rules and policies. It's very hard to get into these units. You have to go through some very security background checks and all kinds of stuff to make sure that they have right candidates in these buildings. If you make any mistake in here, you can be removed out of this facility. And keep in mind, because there's a waiting list for people trying to get into this place. Once you get a home or an apartment or whatever, you have a lease, and you're on a lease for that particular time. Now, again, it takes a while. You can break one of these leases easy. You can at the end of the day, but these are a little bit more different. These are a lot more different. These people have more of a check on things that you're doing in that building, as you would have more freedom if you were in other buildings. It's a program to give you the opportunity to get good housing and to be able to start and do something positive with it. Mr. Williams chose to commit crimes in the building. There are other people in this building who are working hard to do better in their lives, and this individual chose to do the opposite. So now, because the complaints we have against you and because you have been attacking our company, you got an eviction notice coming, and you will be removed off the property. From what I spoke to the nice lady over here, I spoke to her. Yeah, you are basically have violated their policy, and yes, an eviction notice will come to hand. So I'll be contacting her again on Monday. My sister will contact her on Monday. We have the letter that you sent over there. We're going to meet the pictures and emails, all that we sent over, and basically we want it pushed as fast as possible. We need you off the property. Now, as I told you before, it's a bit of a ripple effect. Because once they write in the report why you were removed off the property, that goes back to your, I guess your SSI, whatever you're receiving, it goes back to that. In mine, you commit a crime, you lose your benefits. And you got a police report on you now. Actually, now 2 of them, because she's going down Monday morning to file a police report. I have one on you. I got to file a second one on Monday on you. So we'll hand over those docket numbers to them. They'll have them. Security will have that, and legal will have that. See, you don't learn anything. That's why I said people in life are, they're just, some people are destined to self-destruct. This guy has learned nothing at all, period. Oh, and that's not the end of it, my friend. You did fake a minister, right? So you faked that you were a minister on YouTube. We got everything, and I mean everything on you. This guy went in and removed his account. This is the information we had. He removed his account. Now, you came up on, he came up on Facebook as Minister Brother Derrick. You have 2 links in there. And your link you have, basically, you have under Frederick, Franklin, I think it's Franklin, Derrick Franklin, all right? The message that you sent over to my sister's house, you put down Franklin, it was in there. That's what DFW was standing for. It was actually his initials. It's actually in everything. So we were able to get all that together, compile that you have been using your name, but you've been breaking it down in bits and pieces. So the problem, another problem you have here, this is involving the FBI. You went in and you impersonated a minister. And that's one thing we told them at the end of the day. We sent all this to them. You have been making money off this fake claim that you're a minister. You have been collecting money because we found 2, let me see, it's right there. And that's using the guy in Mississippi right there. And look at it, same address. This is the same address he used when he sent out the letter. I told you he sent the letter out to my neighbor and we got hands on the letter. We got copies of it and everything what he said in it. Yeah, that's your same address coming from where you're at right now. All of them, all the same together. So all this was sent out to them. Let me see here. There we go. That is the account he has under his account for his YouTube channel requesting money from people. Cash App with the money symbol, Brother Derrick. At the bottom, there is PayPal. Also, too, we have the PayPal we pulled up, asking for monthly donations. And this right here, this link right there was the Facebook that with the e-bikes. That's gone now. You know why? Because in there, he was basically over and over again putting up this Cash App, PayPal, donations over and over again. But also, too, he was talking about public housing, how he just got into public housing up on the west side. Yeah, and like I said, I told you, the person you contacted works for Section 8. They work for public housing. See, you got to be careful, man. A lot of people work for the city. A lot of people work for the city. So, you reached out to a person who actually works in that particular field. So, how are you feeling right now? I would say nervous would be the one thing. Well, I can guarantee you this. You're leaving the building. And they are going to write a nice, long, lengthy letter of the crimes that you have committed while you were in their facility, and this will be sent to your disability program, whatever you're in at the end of the day, and they will basically now find out that you were taking donations, you were collecting money as a minister. That's a crime. That's scamming at the end of the day. They don't like that kind of stuff at the end of the day. You know that, right? So that means that your benefits are about to get shut off, and you're going to jail, and you're getting sued at the same time by 2 different people. See, there you go. Don't learn anything at all. There you go. And these are the pictures that were removed off his account, trying to erase his account as fast as possible. Your face right up there in their building. That's their building. With the bottom of the picture caption, it says Minister Brother Derrick, which means you are basically identifying as a minister, which is against the law. So, you got a lot of problems right now popping up. You got a lot of explaining. Mind you, they're going to ask you for your paperwork, your document, ask for everything. Mind you, keep in mind, people, we asked for this stuff months ago, so those videos will be used against you in court. Well, I asked you, hey, look, we need any form of college degree. What college did you go to get your education from? Your clergy ID. And where's your church at? Where's your church at? We didn't get no information with the church. Nothing, not a thing. Because you don't have one. You were scamming people. You were sitting up in here under public housing, abusing public housing, abusing your benefits, and collecting money from poor individuals, preying on the weak to take money from them to fund your life. That's what you were doing. It's over. As of Monday morning, with the additional evidence that we have, we will now continue on with legal insecurity and contacting assistant building management on having you removal and arrested pronto. Lawsuits will be issued later on. You'll be coming down here to Pennsylvania to see us. Cyber crimes. That's what you're being charged with. And that computer you're on, guess what? My buddy was able to ping your IP address right back to that computer right there in that building of you harassing our company. And you thought at the end of the day you were going to get away with it, right? He literally thought, he probably believed at the end of the day, I'm going to get away with it. That's the other customer. Got your letters. We're going to send them up a couple of your letters too. I'm going to email out a few letters. We got a few we can spare. I'm going to send up a few letters for her to read through. Your handwriting's all over them. You know that, right? So we got dozens of these letters. We got to send some to the judge. And I'm going to send her 2 of them. Already sealed with your fingerprints and everything inside. Just for her. There you go. Now this is the email count that's missing. This is Brother Derrick e-bikes. And here he basically talks about, yes, I'm officially in, come and see what the housing, public housing really looks like. So this is a public housing program. Projects. So you're in the towers unit. That's where you're at. So, and at the bottom you'll see it's constantly asking for money. Cash App, PayPal, constantly asking for money on every single post he puts in. He's begging for money, claiming to be this preacher. Yep, he has little promo demonstrations. Or all we have. Oh, mind you, Mr. Williams, we video record your channel too, also. So we have your promo demonstrations, everything, the whole 9 yards. Your entire YouTube account was duplicated. Instagram was duplicated. Everything was duplicated. Get ready for this day. So it shows that you're constantly pushing out that you're this minister at the end of the day. I also contacted some people. I forgot who it was we had to contact, or something trade commission, or something we had to contact. I found additional charges about impersonating a minister. What happens if you're prosecuted for impersonating a minister? This is a very serious charge. So, Pennsylvania, for us up here, yours is a little different. You're still going to receive jail time. You get up to 2 years in prison, up to $5,000 in fine. From what you get every month, you don't make enough money for this. Mind you, my lawsuit is $200,000. Sorry, is it 200? My father misspoke. $250,000 we're suing you for harassing my company. You know, harassing my company, harassing my family. You don't have that kind of money either. She's suing you. She works for the city. She saw that. She was like, oh, heck no. She went to look it up. She was like, oh, heck no. Yeah. She's going to reach out. And she knows more than I do about the system. I know certain things. I know enough who to contact. But her, on the other hand, she used to work there. She knows everything. She's going to pull your file. Ah, look, you get nervous as can be. Oh, look at these. Real, you better be nervous, man. You better be super, super nervous about that happening to you on Monday. Look at that. We got to go file a lawsuit against Fernando on Tuesday. We file on Tuesday. And we got to turn around and we got to, she's going to file and I got to file. And I got to go down to the district and get his original police report to send down to them. And then go down and file another set of criminal charges for him contacting my sister. My sister's filing charges and she's reaching out to your building management tomorrow. She looked it up. She found her. And she's going to reach out and she's going to use her connections to basically pull your file. You know what's on your file, right? Everything about you. All your information, who you are, the whole 9 yards, everything. Even what you collect monthly. Everything's on there. Well, it's lights out for you, buddy. So now we got to go on. We have to put down, let me see. Now, see, falsely impersonating a minister is up there with impersonating a police officer. It's right in the same category. Fire department, doctor, dentist, any one of them. It's a very serious charge. So I have to go in and file charges for that. We're going to go get that done tomorrow. Monday morning, we'll get that done. So it'll be several different charges. He's going to have several counts against him. We're going to file for cyber harassment, cyberbullying. We'll file for impersonating a minister. I'm going to go file that, and I have to contact the FBI for that one too. Also, schedule a meeting with them, and then bring in the evidence we have of you impersonating a minister and collecting donations from individuals. Once we get all that information, we'll be contacting the building again and submitting that information over to them that we had to reach out to FBI about you impersonating a minister. So they were reaching out to you soon. They will be reaching out to you. From what my sister will be contacting, my behalf I'll be contacting, I guarantee you, bar none, that you're going to get a letter or someone will be knocking at your door soon to let you know that you're under investigation and you're in the process of being evicted from the building. Now, mind you, if you're removed from the building, anything that they write in those charts, any form of criminal activity, they're going to have docket numbers from us showing that we had to file for criminal charges against you, and I will have proof that I had to go to the FBI to file additional charges on you impersonating a minister. This means that your benefits will be terminated. I told you, gentlemen, at the end of the day, that you may strike me, right? But you're not going to cause any damage. But when I strike you, I guarantee you won't get back up. So, I'm going to contact, get all this taken care of. We got everything we need from here. Look at that. Every single video he didn't talk anything about the church. Nothing about some church he had. If you go on the YouTube channel, if you didn't remove it already, you go on the YouTube channel, you will see where he asks us for these donations, how he talks about how he's helping people get close to God and all this stuff he talks about. And then when you click on that link where it used to be at, because it's not there anymore now, it won't pop up. But when you see on the link, it doesn't talk about anything about the church or nothing about anything at all. It talks about e-bikes. That's all he talks about is e-bikes. That's it. Just shows him on an e-bike, riding around all over Baltimore, Maryland. It's all it shows. That's it. Doesn't show anything else. So where are you ushering people to help people about God? You're not even talking about God. You're talking about e-bikes, and you're asking for donations on every single upload you do. You're begging for donations. Right there. That was the channel he had. It went missing. And these are the pictures we sent over. All these pictures, just so you know, Mr. Derrick, has been sent over to them. They have all this. I'm sending some more over to today. So I'm loading more up on the computer. We're sending more over. There you are. That's your Cash App. Derrick Franklin. Says right there, see what has the money symbol, has never put down Reverend. That's what R-E-V stands for, the abbreviation for Reverend Brother Derrick. So your name is Derrick Franklin Williams. That's your full name. So we're going to basically set up a nice little email. All my information is going to be in there. My sister's going to set up everything on her end. She's going to put her credentials in, who she used to work for, who she's connected to, and she's going to have an investigation launched on you on her end. I'm going to send all this information over Monday morning. I'm going to go now to records and pick up your original police report. We have a police report filed against them. I'll be filing another one with them, one for impersonating the minister, one for attacking my sister, more cyber crimes. I'll be scheduling an appointment with FBI so I can basically submit this information to them so we can have a docket to send over to them to let them know we did report you to FBI. And FBI will have you under investigation. When your file is pulled, this is when I'm going to file my lawsuit against you. And also criminal charges. As I said, you got criminal charges, right? Well, I'm going to warrant for your arrest. See? All this because you felt the need to follow Fernando, carry on and act up, and accuse me of something I didn't even do. Like I said, I told everybody at the end of the day, if I'm this person at the end of the day, hey, I got a $500,000 contract. Go sign it. See you in court. Nobody wants to sign it. Nobody wants to go near it. Nobody wants to touch it. Okay. Well, you destroyed your life. Literally destroyed your life. This man waited all this time. It's not easy because it's not easy getting these buildings. It's faster for a woman with kids, a single woman with kids, or a family. Very easy for them to get in. It's still a waiting time to get in, but still much more faster process. But if you're a single man trying to get in one of these, yeah, you're going to wait a very long time. I'm talking about 6 months. I'm talking about a few years to get into one of these places. That means your rent is going to be reasonable, seriously cheap. You also get benefits for electric, gas, all that. Because I told you, my mother was in one when she came down here. We was in Section 8. We was in public housing. So I know about this. And everything is much more reasonable. And it's made this way to help people get on their feet. It's a fantastic program. My mother went on to being in that place, to working hard, getting a job, got another rise up in rank in her job, and again, a rank in her job because she's a very hard worker. And she ended up getting a promotion that made her a top management in a bank, which gave her the ability to be able to leave that program and get a house. That's what it's designed to do, to help people with low incomes to get on their feet. It's a fantastic program. Instead of sitting there saying, okay, you know, you have some disabilities, or you may have some things, this, that, and the other. It could just be a bit of bad, whatever it is you're having, just throw you to the dogs and you figure it out. And it was a program to help people out. And you have taken that program that people are blessed to be able to have, to get that second chance in life, to be able to get a ability to have a home for themselves. And you've abused that. Not only have you abused that, but you cheated and stole from God. That's even worse. You're an interesting human being. But don't worry, where you're going at the end of the day, you're going to meet people far worse than you. This is going to give you a great way to be able to reevaluate your life. Because in that system, you're going to go to the prison system. Buddy boy, you try that nonsense in there, you get your head flattened. You will learn respect. You will learn to respect others in that situation. The problem you have, Mr. Williams, you took everything for granted. You stole from people. That's what you did. Ripped people off. Made them believe that you're a preacher. This is the reason why you got people today that are afraid to go into the church, that are afraid to get saved or even trust a preacher with anything because they're afraid of getting ripped off or getting robbed. You make preachers out there, ministers, people, let's say people of the cloth. You make people of the cloth that are actually out there doing their job correctly. You make them look bad. You make it harder for them. Because I've asked you several times in several YouTube videos, which I'm going to use against you in court, and I'm going to get to the FBI. We've asked you multiple times, where is your church? Can you show me a tax number with a 501? It's a 501 that's exempting from taxes because you have a church. Do you know any forms on that? What about your clergy ID? You have a bachelor's, a doctorate degree. Do you have any one of them? What college did you go to for your teaching? You couldn't give me anything. You know what you gave me? You gave me 3 videos of you behind a Burlington coat factory ranting. That's all you gave me. Anybody else who went to school, become a doctor, lawyer, whoever what they went to school for, it doesn't make a difference. If you ask them about their potentials, these jokers will go in the house and pull a diploma off a wall and show you, here you go, here you go, here you go, here my paper, here you go. They will back it up, bar none. Not go behind a Burlington coat factory and yell and scream your brains out. So that means you were taking money from people at the end of the day. Who knows? It could have been some poor old woman who on her SSI check. It could have been anybody. He was just taking money from it. Don't even care. Time caught up with you, buddy. You're going to pay for it all. Look, PayPal. Collecting monthly donations from people. Brother Derrick. That's what that stands for. The BD stands for Brother Derrick. Donate to Brother Derrick. Asking for monthly donations. So let me get this straight. You're in a place, instead of you going out and getting a job, a real job, go out and get a job instead of stealing from people at the end of the day. You want to rant at me and tell me to get a job. I have a job. I have a company. I run a company. I've run the company for quite a long time. And you got nerve to come to me and tell me to get a job? Are you kidding me? I work jobs. I got 2 degrees. I went to Cardinal Yards, and also, too, I work in PCs, computers, and all this stuff, because I got this God-given gift at the end of the day to build, design, whatever the freak I like. So I can get paid in that field, or I can go back in the car and get paid in that field. Or, quite frankly, I can just work a job. That's it. I can work for UPS, I can work for FedEx, I can work for Amazon, I can work for the Post, I can work for any one of those places. I can be on a loading dock. Doesn't make a difference. A job is a job. At least I'm working a job. You're not. You're riding your fat behind. Yeah, I said fat behind because I have no respect for you in any way whatsoever on how you treat people and how you steal from people at the end of the day. You're riding your fat behind all over Maryland, ripping people off. I guarantee that bike was probably stolen from, was paid for by stolen funds. I guarantee you. Too lazy to work. That's what you are. Now, anybody else in that system right there, they're not lazy to work because those people work. They make money. It's called side hustle. They work. And you're allowed to work while you're in there. You make the people in that building look bad. You're a black eye to that community. That's what you are. There are people in that building who get up, they work hard, they take care of their families, they work. They're not running your little scams and carrying on like you are. You do that dirty nonsense. You make it bad for us to get into places at the end of the day. You make us look bad. Man, you need to have your black card revoked if you ever heard that one before. You make us look bad. So you don't need to be there. Get you out of there. Cut out that bad apple. Get him out of there and get somebody else in there that's worthy of that spot. It's bad enough that you have for single black men to get into a position that way. He made that look bad for them. That puts a black eye on another man that may come in there and his point of view may be different. He may become like, look, man, I just need a break. I need a place that I can afford to pay rent on, that the bills are a little bit more affordable, that I can get on my feet. That's all I'm trying to do. That makes him look bad because you went in there and you abused that privilege. And you stole people. You stole from the church. You stole from God. It's worse that you even stole from God. And use that money to fund your I guarantee you, your e-bike. I guarantee you. Escapade. I guarantee you. Let's go pull up that Facebook account so you can find it. Right here. So, I'm going to get you out of there. I am. I'm going to get you out of there. Because you already broke every rule in the book. Like I said, I used to be in one of those places. My mother was in a place like that. And I know all the rules and regulations. It doesn't make a difference. Rules and regulations are saying you can't commit the crimes that you just committed and stay in that place at the end of the day. You're on your way out. And then on top of that, contacting my sister on top of that, she used to work for agencies like that. So yeah, you're out. When she saw that and she was like, oh heck no. Oh, so he's where? When she told me that he didn't know he was public assistant, you're done. Okay, brother Derrick Williams. Let's look up his Facebook account, see if it's still there. Chances are it's not. Remind you, on this Facebook account, he just had loads and loads of these links telling people to donate money to him when he is not a certified priest, minister, or reverend. He's none of those things. And he was asking for donations. Not only were you asking for donations, you were asking for donations while you were in public housing. So let's go have a look and see if your Facebook page is still there. Let me see. We're on Facebook right now. Let's see. Brethren, let's see, Derrick. Derrick. E-bike. All your YouTube channels have been duplicated, so you know that from the door. Don't bother deleting any of them. Everything was copied months ago. So we've been building the case on you for quite some time, getting ready for this day. Mr. Williams, you'll get a chance to meet me. Surprise, surprise. It's missing. And you know why it's missing? Because he removed it. And you know why he removed it? Because right around the time when he was talking about public housing, I was like, your public housing? And he said, on the west side. Mind you, have a recording of you saying it. Your page, all pictures were taken of your page. And on top of that, everything was recorded. Even you speaking and talking about the e-bikes, everything, the whole 9 yards. And how you talked about how you got into public housing and you're over on the west side. Now, I think you figured you put your address up there to be bold, so you don't fear nobody at the end of the day. And I put my address there. How is he going to figure out what building I'm in? Easy. We're just going to contact your building management. That's all. And send over this substantial evidence, police reports, and soon FBI reports over to them. And now they got to look you up. You're on file. So you're on your way out. And the reason why we know also 200% you're in there because you contacted me. We had that too. You were cursing me out and telling me how you're not going to get evicted. You told me at the end of the day that you weren't going to lose your benefits. Now, why would someone tell me that at the end of the day if they weren't there? So again, we know you're there already. So you're in the tower. So basically on Monday, like I said, I try to give people a chance, even though we're in the process of getting you ready. All we have to do is just sign off on one thing and it starts. And you contacted a family member. So now, Monday morning, we start the process of contacting the security unit in your building and legal. I also will be reaching out to her again with additional information. And my other family member, my sister, will be contacting her also about you harassing and contacting her building. And you've been doing it for quite some time since you've been in that establishment. Interesting. Now, Jamie, I want you to understand this. You're linked to all of this. So when they're prosecuted, so will you be. Mind you, you guys are going to snitch on each other left and right, but we have some of you guys in Crowcast and also have conversations with you and him back and forth, which means you know each other by association. And that's enough to get you even additional jail time. Mr. Fernando, on the 28th, I'll be going to the I think magistrate court, and I'll be filing a class action lawsuit against you for $175,000. You understand what's about to happen to you. You also will receive a letter certified by email and also certified by mail directly to your front door about the backing up over the Quasar. You claimed Quasar and a couple of other items, other screen paints that you claimed at the end of the day that you said came out too black, too dark, unwatchable, correct? All right. You have 3 days to sign that document. Document's not signed within 3 days for $500,000. Remember, you said it right. You should be to back it up. So with this person, you should be to back it up, right? Shouldn't be a problem, right? All right. If you ignore the email, we get confirmation the email was not signed, or basically either the letter was not signed. We follow through with an additional lawsuit for $2 million, impressing for a massive lengthy jail time. Now, in between that, you'll receive another letter that will come up, one for the CCB, Copyrights Claim Board, and another one for federal court for basically our copyright claims against you for basically violating our copyrights. This is going to be a very busy month for you. There'll be process service involved in both of those parties. So keep in mind, I basically marking it down when I contact the process servers in California that they can serve anyone in that house over the age of 18, which means your wife will also be served also in the process. All right, gentlemen, Mr. McAfee, we're working on you soon, right now. Don't think because I haven't mentioned you in the video, we're not working on you, Mr. McAfee. We're definitely working on you. You're in a population of a town of Flushington, Ohio, of 800 people, correct? Well, a private investigator should make light work of that and find you in no time at all. So basically, we can begin the process of sending letters to your house. These letters, gentlemen, are different from the ones you sent to us. These letters carry extreme and heavy weight. Don't ignore these letters when they come. You understand me? You will not receive one of these letters that say $500,000. You'll be receiving a letter saying that you're being sued for a lot of money. We're taking your house, so you know that. We know you own it. I've had somebody go through. I have people I can go through and ask them find exactly what you're worth. Once we find your whereabouts, we already know you're in Flushington, Flushington, Ohio. We know you're there. We know the population of the town. Pretty much got to pinpoint through Google Maps where you're at, where we're pinging you, where you're coming from. But I think the next stage is to get the private investigator to pop down there and figure out your whereabouts. In a town like that, everybody knows everybody, so it should be hard to figure out where you're at. And once that's acquired and information is brought back to us, we take your information and we go in and we basically start the process of filing a lawsuit. I'll be suing you for approximately about $2 million or maybe 3. Remember, Mr. McAfee, you went in and made a fake receipt about my company and did a fake unboxing. You committed fraud against my business. You made claim that you came to my website and bought a product from an email that doesn't even, it does exist, but we don't use it. And even if we do type in the email under Hotmail, it doesn't come up because when you make a Hotmail account, you can't leave open spaces. So you went on YouTube, you made a fake receipt of my company, you did a fake unboxing on a product that you never purchased from us, and you proceeded to slander my business. You went on with Mr. Partey, and you bought out a product, claiming it to be our product again, and you made false statements that we use high-powered projectors in order to make the images brighter. You have called us scammers multiple times. You called us rip-off artists. You have mentioned my full name in videos of Kenneth Bird and linked me to saying scamming and ripping people off. So yeah, you have a $2 million, maybe $3 million. It could be $5 million loss. It could be up there. I'm just keeping it light by saying 2. It may go way higher than that. We have multiple counts of cyber harassment, cyber bullying, cyber stalking with your name on here on these particular post office. What do you call it? The post office. Can't think of the name for them now. At the end of the day, postcards. There we go. Postcards. You have been using my face multiple times on these postcards, which means now you got individual lawsuits coming at you for defamation. It's going to be bad for you at the end of the day. So we find out that you own that house. I'm taking that property. I want to make sure the debt collectors over in Ohio take everything and anything that we can get our hands on. So that crying and whining you did on camera, that's about to come true real fast. Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers. I got a problem. I'm not hiring an investigator for you. I hired a bounty hunter to track everything I need about you. Everything. That's who we're bringing on the board. So, you sent me an email telling me you got a lot of money, right? Well, I'm about to take it all from you. You committed so many crimes against me, it's not even funny. And keep in mind, just by knowing someone through association can get you in a ton of trouble, which means you had criminal activity with that individual also. Let me explain something to you, gentlemen. Or click back in. There we go. It's over. I told you 2025 is going to be your year of getting prosecuted. We'll be digging every single one of you up. Your biggest fear right now is not me. Your biggest fear is Fernando Gonzalez. That's your biggest fear. And I'll tell you why. Because when the pressure is going to come down on Fernando, he's going to crack. And when he cracks, and he's going to figure out that if he's going to go down, you're going with him. He's going to canary. He's going to sing like a canary. He is. And he looks like a singer. A very good one, too. He's going to tell you whereabouts, everything about you. And how I know you guys know each other. If you sit there in court and say, we don't even know each other. I got dozens of videos of Crowcasts of you guys even talking about down to your wife's medical history and problems and all that stuff. You know quite a bit about each other. So you're well connected. It's like maybe you guys are not maybe. I think you are. All going to be sitting up there wearing orange jumpsuits or whatever and have you at. But it's not going to go well for you. So, let's get this started. I got things to do. I got a black-on-black demonstration to do against my new technology, and I got things I have to do. And on top of that, Monday morning, I have to get down and get to these courts and get everything taken care of. But as for Mr. You, Derrick Williams, it's over for you. You're out of the building. Well, that's basically about it. Let me see. Let's go over here real quick. There you go. So you can see. Page is missing. Search for Derrick Williams at the top. Facebook right here. Derrick Williams. Bum, 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 bum. E-bikes. And guess what? It's gone. It was there. It was there. It's definitely right there. We clicked on it. I did a whole entire video on that. You know that, Mr. Williams? I did a video showing me going into your YouTube channel, clicking on that link and coming here, which we can show that the link was there. And we can timestamp it and show between the timeline that we basically contacted your building management on what was going on and what you were doing, your page all of a sudden disappeared. That means you tried to hide evidence. And people only hide evidence when they're guilty. Let's see. That's where we're getting ready to do a demonstration for black on black demonstration. We're doing over there in a few minutes. Let's see. You'll see. A minute, got customers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me put you guys over here. That's what we're getting ready for next demonstrations on black versus black. Because, you know, my investors are saying, well, how do we know that that white light around it's not enhancing your screen's white levels? That's what we're doing next. My investors ask a lot of questions. I'm happy that they do, because I'd be worried if they didn't. Let me see. Besides, all this stuff has to go through that black on black demonstration. So all I'm going to have to go through it. It's part of the testing. Every single one. Oh, I got to add that to the list too now on top of that. Well, we got to expand the black versus black page. We really don't have to. Here we go. That's not it. That's not it. I want the other one. The other one. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. That's what I want. I want that. Oopsie. My charges pop up. It's good. That's what I'm looking for right there. All right. Minister. Jeez. Oh, my goodness. Just. And then we got you on the phone recording, contacting us. This is not going to go well for you, man. He's roughly anything that hits him, he's looking at. He'd be lucky if he got 5 years. That's how bad it is. He's lucky if he gets 5 years. He won't get 5 years. He's going to get a little more than that. It's just so much. And then my sister's following charges on top of that. So that's another set of charges from someone else coming in on top of that. So it's not going to go well for him. You know, got a blessing, an opportunity. God bless you to be in that place. And this is what you do with his blessings. Do this with it. You make black people look bad. You do. You really do make black people look bad. It's people like you. It's the reason why places like that hesitate on bringing people in like us. You make us look bad. Got this guy in here freaking stealing from God. They don't like that. These people are, mostly are black people. Black people are strong believers with God. Majority of them. Your auntie, your grandma, one of them, they strong. You got somebody, one of them in the family. It's saying all of them saying you got one of them in the family that's a strong believer of God. And they don't play around with that at the end of the day. Especially the old heads don't play around with that. And they find out you're doing this kind of no. That brings, they feel like you bringing a black eye over everybody at the end of the day when you're doing stuff like that. You make our people look bad. Look at this mess. Makes our people look bad. That's the first thing they show when it comes to ministers. Black man getting out of a fancy car and diamonds and jewelry and all this stuff and carrying on to church. And well, you make us look bad. And on the phone screaming and yelling. We got him on a voice recording phone screaming and yelling. Just ignorant as ignorant can be. Yeah, your black card got revoked. Ain't part of my race. You can represent my people at the end of the day. Not even wearing the cloth. Call himself being a priest. Where's your cloth? You're not wearing nothing, just wearing a baseball cap. And good gracious. And the picture in the background that he has of a church links to nothing, because we did that research already. It links to nothing at all. It's some stuff he found, pasted it, put it together. You could tell it's not even all one picture. It's bits and pictures of something else because it doesn't even look like there's. Oh man, it's a mess. And then you got nerve to talk about God and helping people out, but on your page you're talking about nothing but basically e-bikes. You don't mention anything about the church. Or you have these little promos that pop up saying your name over and over again with fire behind it and blasting, and then asking for donations. That's what you done, right? Steal from God. Now you're about to lose it all. It's interesting. It's the same man that probably sit up there while they're questioning him on this, because they're going to bring him in for questioning. They're going to sit there and pray to God. And you stole from God. There it is. Channel right there. That's his channel right there. And also, too, keep in mind, Mr. Williams, even though you got rid of your page for your Facebook, they have links to your YouTube channel. So this happened about a week ago, and they've been going through your YouTube account. They've copied everything just like we did. Now, the problem you have here is the fact that even though he's trying to clean up his channel to try to make it look like he's not doing anything on here, you have claimed to be a minister. You're not a minister at all, period. I don't know whether you have delusion of grandeur or what's going on in your head, but you're not a minister. Because we've asked for documents, and anybody else would have given those documents in a hot minute. You didn't give up any documents. We can't find anything on you. We did a background check on you. We can't find nothing on you. Not a thing. So with that being said, what you're doing here is also against the law. You can't say you're a minister. That's like myself calling myself Officer Bird, Dr. Bird. I can't do that. It's against the law. I'm none of those people. So you can't call yourself a minister. So you'll see right here on this channel, when we blow it up, you'll see that he is asking for donations. I got my pieces. There we go. Well, let me take my phone off this thing. It's much easier. All right. Let's shrink this a little bit. There we go. So you'll see right here where he says this channel is dedicated to getting people to put God and Jesus first and their life. Into Jesus first and their life. I want everyone to walk. You can read yourself, go to yourself, walk with God and Jesus. You're definitely not doing that. I don't know what minister, basically in the emails we received, there's curse words in it, all kinds of stuff. They got all that too. But the fact that you're not even a minister. You're not any of that at all, period. Now right here, he's asking for Cash App right here. Asking for money right there. Cash App. And he's asking you to PayPal him for money, for donation. And don't even have a church. Let me explain something to you. When people ask for donations, all right, they put up their church. They put the address up. They put everything up. So that way you know that you're not getting scammed. Because some people put up nothing at all, period. You don't know where that money's going to. So you're saying you got this church, right? I'm not going to send money. You can send money to it could be anybody you're sending money to. You need an address. You need background checks. Does this church exist? Is it really there? Is this person actually the preacher who preaches at this church? Someone's going to walk up to you in broad daylight and say, hey, I got this church. I need donations. I put a stand out there. I got a church. I need donations. Please tell about my church. And you're just going to drop money in there without asking for credentials at the end of the day? I need to see ID. I need to see where's your church located at. Can I Google map it right now? Can I find it? Where is it at? Is there any pictures of you on Facebook, social media? Of you in this church? Nothing. So how come this image we have in the background of a church that if you look at it, you can tell it's Photoshop and there's stuff added together because none of this looks like it makes any sense at all. This church back here. How is that possible? He has a church back here, but he can't get the address and location of this church. Let's go hit the back button, see if we can figure out where it comes from. Let's hit the image search. So you go over here in your back button, and you're going to look for search with Google Lens. Click on that. See what it brings up. Nothing. Because you know why? That's not even a real church anywhere. He basically made that by scraps of putting things together. If you look at it, you can tell it doesn't even look real. That's not even real. Or if you're in the room right now with me, Brother Williams. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to call you Brother Williams. I'm going to call you Imposter. That's your name from now on. It's Imposter. From now on. I'm going to reach out again on Monday. Now, the reason why no one has come to your door, Mr. Williams, because I've been very busy and I haven't had time to reach out to legal and security on this particular matter. But as you can see by the email I sent you, I did reach out to your building and they did respond back to you about disturbing activities you've been doing in your apartment. And they have advised me to go to security and legal for the next stage, and they have already begun the investigation on you. So with that being said, Monday morning, I will proceed and finish this and be done with this. I'm not done completely yet. I can't say that. Due to the fact that I still have to call the FBI, file a police report against you for impersonating a minister, so I can put you under investigation for impersonating a priest and taking money from people. Which we have right there. And mind you, they've been through this already in your account. So let's go over here and let's grab, let me see, this one right here. And let's see where this takes us. Now, if you sit up there and say and deny to them, I don't have a page, I don't know what you're talking about, we duplicated your page, we duplicated all your videos, they got all your stuff. Even when we were in there, when I was talking to the nice lady, I was having a conversation with her, they went to your page. Right there, Meta Management was at your page. So now we're going to send over another document from them from a complaint we're filing with the FBI against you for faking a minister and collecting money that you should not have been collecting. Now, you tell me how that's going to work when your benefits find out that, number one, you were in a building that they allowed you to get into, and you use that blessing to go out and harass people, carry on, cut up, commit multiple crimes in that building. Cyber crimes, post office mail fraud, bullying, threats, harassment, and on top of that, faking to be a minister, impersonating a minister, and collecting donations. That ain't gonna go well for you. Let's see if we can find this thing. Cash App right here. I think we got one right here. Let me see. There we go. Right there. Right there. That's you right there. Derrick Franklin. That is you, right? That's you right there saying Reverend with a money symbol. He already has a money symbol right next to the name. You're going to jail, buddy. You're going to jail for this. You're going to jail for a lot of things. Can you do this? No, you cannot impersonate a minister. You cannot collect money from people. You can't do any of that. That's considered to be scamming. Let's come over here for a minute. Let's come out of this real quick. And let's grab this one over here for PayPal. Now, what they're going to do on your PayPal account, say if he deletes his PayPal account, he gets rid of it, right? Say he deletes the cash and gets rid of it. There's a record that they have on file on still how much money you have collected down through time. You can't get rid of that. That's in their system. You're just deleting on your end. You can't delete on their end. Some people get it mixed up like him at the end of the day. Not a very intelligent person, but pretty much would probably think, and trust me, he's done. You don't even know half the stuff we have written. When he wrote the letter, he didn't even write it right. He actually had so many misspellings at the end of the day. Again, yeah. But anyway, he for some reason would think that if he deletes on his side, that it's gone. No, it's not gone. They have a server. That means Eric keeps a copy and transaction record of everything that ever went through. It's on their end. You can't delete what's on their end unless you have those modified skills and all that. Still, you can't do it. It's only a headache. So no. They have a copy of everything. So they're going to go in directly into their account on their side and pull up every single transaction if anyone's ever sent you money. You got to return that money. You got to return every penny back to the individuals you took it from. And this report's going to go to your SSI. Let me see. On top of that, I'm pretty sure you don't have a 501. So 501 is a tax form that basically exalts you from basically paying any taxes because you have a church. And the thing about it is, if he's been walking around with a fake ID, claiming to be this person that he's not, he's been collecting things and getting all kinds of benefits and discounts, because some people don't question that. Some people won't question if you walk around with this and say, oh, you're a priest, yeah, so and so and so, blah, 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 blah. And they'll give him discounts. He'll get discounts anywhere he goes to. He can get discounts in certain stores, discounts in restaurants, all kinds of stuff. So I'm pretty sure he's been abusing this thing. That's even worse, man. So ready right now, you have identity theft. Let's go link on this and see where this comes to real quick. Because I got time here. I got things I got to do. Well, I don't have time. I got things I literally have to do. All right, click on this. Let's see what comes under the PayPal. Oh, he got rid of it. He got rid of it. Look at him. He got rid of it. Dude, it's not going to help you. We have your link. It's already there. This page could not be found. He got rid of it. Look at him. Scared as scared can be. Let me explain something to you, Brother Derrick. Well, I can't call you that. Sorry. Imposter. Let me explain something to you. You can't run from this. We have it all documented. Everything was already documented. From the first minute we found this, we wanted and documented everything. So we have proof of it. How you get away with hiding evidence, I wouldn't advise you doing this, face it and do your time, because I did mine, is that if no one saw you do it, and you hide the evidence, then no one saw you do it. Never happened. But the problem you have is everyone saw it. Because when we posted this, a lot of people went to your site and witnessed this, including your building management, because they were there and we basically filed a complaint. We went and called them and we gave them your Facebook page, and they went in and checked all the links. So they have a copy of it. So if you go in there and tell them it doesn't exist, they'll say, oh yeah, it does exist. Because we have pictures, videos, and evidence of it. And we even looked it up ourselves. You're on your way out. I told you, scared. Scared as scared can be. He's scared. That's why Jamie responded back, cursing and carrying on. He's scared because Jamie has documents coming to us. And he's nowhere he can go. He can't up and leave that building. No. Look, but unfortunately, with the fires that are going on in California right now, if you have a place that you're at right now and the landlord's treating you decent, I would advise you stay there forever, as long as you can, because again, it is going to be very interesting and insane, because there are people literally have no place to go. Because this is not talking about 10, 20 people evacuation. You're about 50,000 people evacuations. They're evacuating entire townships because these fires are literally this big. So you got 50,000, 80,000, 120,000 people being displaced. And these people, like saying, now some of these people are well off. Either they're going to leave the state of California and go someplace else, or they're basically going to find some kind of housing or whatever, hotels or whatever, within that environment. And knowing this being hotel management, which is jacked up, when I have to say this, they know these people are desperate. Price gouging will begin. You remember what happened in COVID? When it was hard to get certain items, and those certain items became extremely expensive, same ripple effect. Not even though they're going to sit there and say, well, we're going to cut down and we can control that. You can't control jack at all, period. There's going to be so much going on down there after this thing finally blows over and this thing is done, that getting placed someplace is going to be expensive. And you may run into a fact that landlords who have previous tenants in there may figure a way how to get them out of there to get tenants in there that may pay more money. That's the kind of stuff that's going to blow it. The aftermath of this is going to be insane. So he can't afford to leave the apartment. He goes someplace else, I guarantee that spot will get filled very quick. Because it ain't like he's got to sit around and wait for somebody to go to. No, somebody will fill that spot. Matter of fact, a bidding war will probably start on for that apartment. Because quite frankly, I did bidding wars before. The house in Haventown, I did a bidding war on that one. Somebody wanted it, I wanted it more. He offered 3 months, I offered 6. I got it. That's what it comes down to. So, and the situation they're in, It's a little different because you have people that are literally been pushed out of their communities because of these horrible fires. So no, he can't afford to get out of that place. He can't leave. And California is very, very expensive. It's going to be truly expensive now after all this goes down. It's going to be very expensive. You think insurance is going to be high? Insurance is going to be insanely through the roof. It is going to be through the roof. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be, people think, they don't understand that when you have catastrophes like this, there's something called financial ripple effect that triggers off. You got insurance companies, if they were doing anything they weren't supposed to be doing, they're going to be fully exposed. There's going to be a lot of people going in and out of court because the insurance companies didn't do people right by down there at all, period. They ripped off a lot of people. Some of them got their policies canceled and didn't even know it, and they were still collecting on it. A lot of these insurance companies are going to get exposed and thrown out in the open, which is good. But unfortunately, the people who need this are not going to get it. And if you're talking about basically funding, at the end of the day, we all know that certain places like FEMA and all them, they do their job at the end of the day, but you're not going to get the full amount of what your place should have been worth in the insurance. You're not going to get the full amount. You can get some of it. Some people get some stuff back. It's not even enough to rebuild at all, period. You see, like, what am I supposed to do with this? So it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. It's just going to be a mess. It's not going to end anytime soon. This is going to be a mess down there. But until then, people are scrambling, trying to find some place to go. And even if you have money, it seems like you don't have enough. It depends. It comes down to first come, first serve. That's what it comes down to now. Look it up. I've watched this whole entire thing on California. I watched the whole financial situation. I watched. It's insane. So if he gets evicted out of this building, if anything comes to this landlord, anything, a process server, anything that pops up on his property, knowing he has a problem already, he's going to get rid of him in a hot second. He can rent that place out really extremely fast. All we'd have to do was post so, and someone will be in there just like that. That's the situation Mr. Fernandez got himself into. But a lot more than that. Let's move on. It's not about him. It's about this guy over here. So as you can see, this is missing. Let's go in and get this again. I want to be 100% sure that we copied this correctly. Let's make sure. I'm going to get this whole thing right here. He's got this link down. I think we got the whole link. We got this down as PayPal. Then he got down click host button. Click host button. Let's make sure we get this whole thing down. Click host button. I want to be 100% sure on this. I like to check things twice, just in case. There we go. We got it. That's even better. That's even better for it not being there. We need that to be there. All right. So, we really don't. We got copies on everything. So, Brother Derrick is basically his initiations are basically would be BFD. But that's his initiation. That shows you right there. He's collecting monthly donations. This is going to go to SSI, showing them that you were collecting. Mind you, I told you this, my sister collected, works for this, used to work for the city, and she has a lot of strong ties. Remember, she worked for Housing Authority, Section 8, all that stuff. They're the ones to get the approval. They have to be in contact, with the benefits you received to make sure you all that. She did that kind of work. That's who you contacted. And she's going to reach out, let them know that she's been receiving some interesting mail and find out it's coming from public housing, and she's going to pull your record. But anyway, as you can see right here, you're collecting monthly donations because I bet you this money is going to pay for your rent and everything else, which you shouldn't be taking because, again, like I said, the rent there is extremely reasonable and all the bills and stuff to help people get on their feet. And he's still stealing money from people. So that's where he's paying for the e-bikes and all that stuff from stolen money. So don't worry. They'll go through, when we contact FBI for this part, they're going to go through your records to see how much money he's collected and how much he's been taking from people. Pay with PayPal donation or debit card or whatever it is from there. I'm gonna have a friend of mine. He has a dummy account. He's gonna go into his account and see what he requires for and get documents on all that. Buddy, you're done. That's it. You're finished. That's it. So that's the end of it. Let's go back over to YouTube channel over here. This is where he has the links right here to steal money from people. And as you can see, he removed the Facebook altogether because the Facebook is not there. He got rid of that. And you are on your e-bike right here. All right, let me see here. I need from here. Yeah, that's in the towers. That's being shot from the towers. Wow, man, you're wasting your time. Look how dark your image came up. That is pretty bad, man. That's black paint. We could tell that's black paint. Look how dark the image came up. It's supposed to be much brighter than that. Well, I can say one thing to you right now. Don't get comfortable. You're being sued by my company. You definitely know that. But don't get comfortable. I got to contact Monday morning. I'm going to contact and get the rest, send them the rest of the information. Like I told you before, I got family who works for the city. I told you it already. And one of them has worked for Section 8 and all them, the different companies and so on. They work Section 8, you know what I mean? And she did the application process to approve you for Section 8. That's what she did. So, again, you messed up big time. So when she saw that, she said, he works for public housing. Yeah, her eyes lit up. Yeah, she already has the information for property management. I sent over to the person who I talked to, was the assistant of building management, over to them. I will be going out and sending additional more information for them, and then I'll be contacting the security, which she advised me to contact security and legal. I will be reaching out today, sorry, not today, but Monday, and making an appointment with the FBI. I'll be going down to the police district and filing an additional charges for harassing her. She's going to file charges. I'm also going to be filing more charges because I've seen some other stuff pop up on my email about you, and also to file another charge for impersonating a priest or minister or rabbi, what do you want to call it. Now, once that's done, and I go down and get my document from them, which should take about 3 days to go to Police Records and get that. I already got one officially on you already. I'll send that to them right away. But the rest of them, I'm going to go down and get that information from them. And then when I meet up with my appointment with the FBI, we'll submit that information. I'll get my docket number from them, and then I'll submit that over to your building management. So, you're on your way out. Don't get comfortable. Also, the videos that you removed off your account when you called me a scammer, I have all those documented. So I'll be suing you for quite a lot of money. All right, Williams. Well, enjoy your 2025. I told y'all from the door that 2025 was going to be an absolute nightmare. Did I not say that? Remove the Facebook altogether. Still trying to collect money from people monthly. Ain't enough that God blessed you with a low-income housing to make it easier for you to navigate life. You had to steal from them too on top of that. Well, you got to pay retribution. You got to pay all that money back. You don't make that kind of money to pay all that money back. So you got a problem. You got a serious problem. Even worse problem, we know your management. We know your building management. I explained to you that we reached out to them. You thought I was joking at the end of the day? I'm not that type of person. Fernando knows that from the door. I'm not that type of person. If I do something, I say I'm going to do it. And when I do it thoroughly. If I told Fernando I was going to have a process server knock on his door, as a process server just knocked on his door and posted it to his door. If I'm telling Fernando right now that he's going to receive an email from us when I ask requesting my black paint certified, it's going to be there. Did I not send one? Did I not send a cease and desist order? Did I not send that? Now, when I sit there and tell Mr. Fernando that he's going to get another document from us stating about the $500,000, prove it in court. That's going to be there. It's going to be there. And if he doesn't do it, he has my 100% guarantee that I will have a process service door to serve you for court, to sue you for what you have done, basically making slander accusations against my company. And on top of that, the copyright claims, which will involve CCB again and will involve federal court. including the also to defamation that when you posted my pictures, when you said moving on to bigger and better things, and then that letter's going to say, Mr. Fernandez, you're going to be sued for $175,000. You don't show up. When they summon that court date, if you're not there, I'm going to execute judgment on you. I'm going to execute judgment on you. You're going to lose your stuff. You understand me? And if your landlord finds out about it, especially what's going on in California right now with the whole housing, with people trying to scramble to get places to move to, he's going to kick you out of that place so fast or replace you with somebody else. But he's got a problem also, too. Because once we find him, I need to have a conversation with him. I need to know how much of this did he know was going on in his building. Because if we find out that he knew about this, he's got lawsuits coming toward him, too, also. So it's a very messed up situation for all of you. And keep in mind, once he does remove you out of the building, he's going to want that LLC removed off his property because it's on his property. And you're going to have to remove that, which he'll probably drag you into court for that too also. See? Now I got a video to do. I got investors that want to see this thing next to black paint and black fabric with this high power light on it. And I got to get started on that. I got a ton of testing and demonstrations to do today to get this thing ready to go. I got customers to take care of, and I got products to do. And you guys, at the end of the day, I would advise you, get yourself some kind of criminal defense attorney because you're going to need it. That's the only thing I can give you. That's your ability management, right? Yeah. Told you. What do you think? I was joking or lying? I was bluffing? I'm not you at the end of the day. If I asked someone to do something, do something. I tracked it all down. I found them. It's on you right there. You wrote it right there. Your address. You wrote it right there. My sister found it too. And I sent over her information, the lady I talked to. And it's interesting. We have the same last name, which is pretty cool. I'd ask, are we related by any chance? Tell me how amazing God is. Excuse me. God blessed me to find this person who was nice enough to take the time out and listen to what I had to say, took down all the information for me, and went about getting ready the process of getting things set up for you to be removed out of the building. And she has the same last name I got. I'd ask, are you related? Because birds are very, very rare last name. It's extremely rare. So, you know, I'm going to set up a couple of screens down there because they got this nice little, I'm looking at the community, got this real beautiful community down there. So we'll donate some screens over there for the tenants so they can watch our screens and stuff like that. Do something nice for them. See, that's what we do on our end. I believe in giving back to my own people and anybody else at the end of the day. You take from them doing that nasty nonsense at the end of the day. That puts a black eye. Imagine if somebody's going in, African-American man going in to get a place, just get him to get on his feet, and he's coming in after this guy. Thank goodness that, you know, people, hopefully that people don't judge other people and other people's acts. And you give people a second chance. Because you make it look bad for us. You do. You got an opportunity to go in and do something better, and you chose to go in and do that nonsense. And then on top of that, steal from God in the process. Okay, well, that's enough to say right there, Mr. Williams. I'll see you soon. And like I said, I told you, we're going to meet. We're definitely going to meet. You're definitely going to get a chance to see me. For a person who zooms around on an e-bike all day long, I tell you something. He called himself losing. I'm not trying to be rude here, but you can't lose weight on an e-bike. You need to basically get off that bike and take a walk. That's what you need to do. Because you're not losing any weight on that thing. All you're doing is just accumulating more weight. You're not burning anything riding around an e-bike. The only thing that's burning is the battery. That's it. You're not losing no weight. I know he's up losing weight on the e-bike. Yeah, you keep on. Well, he ain't going to be on that thing much longer. But if you keep on zooming around, you're going to be 900 pounds zooming around on an e-bike. I'm not losing weight on an e-bike. No, you're not losing no weight on an e-bike at all, period. You got to get, unless you're picking up the e-bike and you're carrying it, that's the only way. How you burning any calories if you drive it around? I had this one guy, guy was a tractor trailer driver. he talking about how people who drive trucks, how they accumulate a lot of weight because again, you're driving on your long roads and stuff like that. You got to find some place to exercise. Some people got gym memberships. They go to the gym and they go work out. Some people have a hookup where they have I thought that was pretty cool. It's a magnetic system that they connect to the truck and basically it doesn't damage the truck. Basketball court, you can link to the truck, chin up bar, all that stuff. So they can work out on their vehicles to keep in shape. Because if you sit at the same spot every single day, you're going to accumulate weight. You're going to accumulate all kinds of blood clogs and stuff in your legs. I got to be at a desk all the time, but I make sure that when I go out to take care of my errands, I don't take a lift all the time. I walk everywhere I go. And you're zipping around on that thing all day long? Really? So go get a job, man. Well, forget about a job. Job is the last thing you need to worry about right now. That is the last thing to worry about. But while you was in there, you should have just forget it. Just forget it. Let's move on. I got things to do. I ain't got time to have this conversation. I got work to do. I got to get started on. I just fought the table. I got to get started on that, and I got to I got to coat this with the sealer on here. So basically, we can get these turned into screens. I got to finish the inside of these boxes. Got that high fluorescent white coming through. I got to build me a bigger one of these on top of that. I got 2 sets of the lights coming in for that. I got that high white fluorescent paint to get the spark up even higher. Do more demonstrations on that, on the new technology. Get all the labels printed out. We got so much stuff to do. It's not even funny. And that's not even the end of it. I still got the panel screens. I got panel screens coming up. I got the portable screens that are coming up pretty soon. Those are the ones with the built-in, with the frame you can put together and all that stuff. It is so much stuff we got to do. And then I got to deal with these idiots at the end of the day. They're not acting like they have any common sense. Well, you don't want your money. You don't want your freedom? I'll take it from you. I got no problem with that. We'll get all this taken care of on Monday. I'm not coming on Monday to talk about this. I'm going to go down and get this paperwork done, get everything finished, contact these people, get this taken care of, and move on. I got things to do. I just want to let you see this from the door, Mr. Williams, that we weren't playing around. When I didn't show you that information, I'm giving you an opportunity to go someplace else, and you don't want to take that opportunity. Just like Mr. McAfee. I sat there and said, man, disappear. That's all you have to do. No, this joker sends a freaking letter over to my sister's house. Now you're going to get hunted. Now I got somebody, and when I send my buddy down there, he's a private investigator. He got 800 something people. You live in a small town, man. It ain't even hard. It's going to be easy to find you. And no time at all. He's going to be sitting outside your house with a telescopic lens, taking a picture of your houses, your address, and everything. Send that information back to us so we can get in the process of sending a process server to your front door to sue you. So any given time, excuse me, late at night, you got somebody when you see flashes coming, yeah, you got somebody taking pictures of your house. Get your address, all your information, so they can go in and figure out if you own that property, because when we sue you, we're taking it. But you got no one to blame but yourself, because everybody on YouTube saw me sit there and say, go disappear. Did you do it? No. Whose fault is that? Same thing about Fernando. Multiple times sent a cease and desist order to his front door. Back it down. Even the lawyers told you, back it down. Now you're about to be sued. You got so many lawsuits coming this way, it's not even funny. You can't cry about that. And this guy, at the end of the day, I kind of dragged my feet a little bit about taking it to the next step of contacting the security and contacting a legal, thinking, okay, you got to understand that we reached out to these people. This would make most people back down and go in a different direction. No, not him. He goes and sends a letter to my sister's house, being nasty. Now we're going to contact him. Now she's going to contact him. And you didn't realize who my sister used to work for. Well, good luck on that. So if you think at the end of the day that you're not being removed from that building, oh, yes, you are. I was in Section 8. I was in public housing. I know the rules and restrictions they have in that building, and they are very strict. And the reason why, too, on top of that, you have to consider the fact there are people that are waiting to get into his spot. There are people waiting for someone to do something stupid in that building so they can be removed so they can get a spot in there. That's why there's a waiting list. Or somebody to move out. Or something to leave an open area so somebody can get in. And now you've given them the opportunity to remove you out because they say, hey, they'll say like this. We got somebody about to move out. There's going to be a spot opening soon. That's going to be you. Interesting how you got in that spot Who knows what that person's life was like? Maybe they decided to move on, they got a house or whatever. But whatever the opportunity was open for you to get into that spot. And instead of you taking advantage and going in and doing something positive in that spot, you chose to do that. And now you're going to be removed and somebody else is going to take that spot. And that's going to be a blessing to them. Okay, well, I'll give him a call tomorrow, Monday morning, and get this started, and that's it. Now I got things to do. You got to handle that when it comes. Make sure crystal clear that they know that you've contacted family members. I'm going to let them know that I'm actually going to the police department following two counts, more charges against you, and I'm also contacting FBI. I will have a docket number from FBI when I set up a meeting with them about you impersonating a minister, which you cannot do. And there's also another branch I have to contact too. Who do you contact when someone's impersonating a minister? FTC. I had to contact FTC. Yes, it's involved in the government too. So I had to contact the Federal Trade Commission. I'm going to go reach out to them also too and file an online fraud report against you. Also too, with your docket numbers. When we do this, we're very thorough, which means that your police report docket numbers of us following charges of you against this will also be added in with this also too, and whatever information we get from the FBI, what we get from them filing a report through them, will all go to this particular branch right here. Because it's a little easier if you go in and you file a complaint against somebody and you have nothing, you just file a complaint. Jamie's situation, everything that he posted is scanned into the Allentown Police Report on their file. So when they pull up his charges, it literally shows what he did matching his charges. All right, so that's what I'll be contacting tomorrow. For impersonating a minister. Local law enforcement agency, which I'm contacting tomorrow, Allentown Police. And I'm going to be reporting this online already to the Federal Trade Commission. They're going to reach out to you, and I'm going to make sure that when I contact your building management, who we reached out to, we got the Federal Trade Commission involved, and your escapade of taking donations of claiming to be a minister. And they're going to request the same thing that I asked you for, right? The same documents. If you don't have them, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. See, it's called right here, people. He's committing a scam. It's called file a complaint with the FTC, a document incident report, potential help in identity, pattern, and similar scam. So you're running a scam right now, buddy. Even though you say you think you're not, you are running a scam. You're not a preacher or a minister or anything whatsoever. Impersonation. What do you do if a suspect or a minister impersonating scam? Alert the federal church. The only problem is you don't have a church. We've asked for that. You don't have a church. You have nothing. Oh, they're going to find this interesting. Usually, when you call these places, it's usually a person that is a priest and is a minister or whatever sometimes. And they're scamming the church and you have to file behind that. But you, on the other hand, you're none of those things. You're not a preacher at all, period. So if you got a minister in your church and he's licensed and all that, it's a little harder trying to bring one of them down. Because, again, you're going to have some really serious documents to prove that this guy did exactly what he did. You're going to have a lot to bring him down. But if you're taking donations from people and you're claiming to be a minister and you're not, very easy to do. Because they're going to request documents from him that he can't give them. And if you can't give them the documents they request, guess what? You're under investigation. Simple. All right, buddy. Gotta go, people. I got work to do.